May their gentle soul rest in perfect peace. May God help them. May their gentle soul rest in perfect peace. This is so heartbreaking. It's well, just a lesson for us that are alive to make hay while the sun shines. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Believe that you are doing great. By God's grace, my name is Jennifer. Simply call me Jane. In this particular page or channel, I discuss three important variables which are health, safety, and spirituality. And I conclude that it is not just all about health is wealth, again, as the normal saying goes, but that health, safety, and spirituality is what is wealth, because the security of the nation all over the world, nations all over the world, has been threatened as never before. I come across certain disturbing news, especially happening in southeast Nigeria, that is not palatable to the ear. And I think that there is need for us to be sensitized, to be very careful. Now, see this particular news headline: gunmen behead 2 soldiers, killed 4 policemen, men, 4 others in Imo and Anambra. Now, look at it. Who are these particular people? Our security agents, our security personnel, the people that will say that somehow their security is our life, our security is entrusted in their hands. If they are scarcely saved, what will be our fate? And can you imagine the two that were actually killed in Imo State come back to celebrate their traditional marriage rights? Traditional marriage rights. And then they were now allegedly beheaded. Beheaded. Just watch. The victims are A.M. Linus. He's a sergeant of Nigerian Army, and his unidentified wife were beheaded by gunmen. After shooting them dead, they behead them, killed them like chicken. And then 4 police officers killed in Anambra State. What is the implication of this? The implication is that we don't have, our safety is not guaranteed by any human or any apparatus or personnel. Our safety and safety alone is in our hands and also in God's hands. In another news, a young lady has been also murdered in a hotel in Ebonyi State. That he came into the hotel with an unidentified man. Before you know it, this girl was murdered and her vital organs, private parts were cut off, were missing. What led to her mother? Doing things that are demeaning. Alleged commercial sex worker. Is it still raining? There is need for us to engage ourselves in meaningful venture. There are 1,001 venture you can engage yourself that is meaningful, that is not demeaning. Because there are certain things we need to do first. Even we normally say that heaven help those that help themselves, God help those that help themselves. Do the right thing first. We are dealing with God, the Creator. It is the wish of God that we are saved all times. And I used to say this and say it and emphasize it. We all have guardian angels. What they do is to send us what is called warning signals when things are dangerous. That's when danger is lurking around the corner around us. Our guardian angel will always a kind of give us that warning signal. We will see ourselves losing our peace. We see ourselves being disturbed. Sometimes our dreams may not be a kind of good again. And we now know that there is danger. We begin to pray. Does it mean that this particular 2 soldiers, they didn't get any form of warning signal? So you that is still alive, their own is already past tense. They have died. But you that is still alive, you have a lot to do for your security. One, know that your security is guaranteed in God and God alone. Then, secondly, that your security is in your hands. Mind what you are doing. Be in good tune with God. Always engage in the rightful ventures. Then, when you have done what you can, then leave the rest for God. Believe me, God will always help you. There is simple prayer I wish to introduce us to that I normally pray every morning before going out of my house. And that, believe me, it has been working for me, because one thing, the spiritual currency we used to obtain everything we need in this particular earth is actually faith. With faith, you can move mountain. Whatever you have faith in, God uses it to work for you. And believe me, there are certain things God may not do on this earth, except he comes to do it in combination with what he has created. That was why when God was about to deliver the children of Israel right, from bondage, he asked Moses, "What do you have in your hand?" Moses now say, "I have this staff." The particular staff he even got from Egypt. Now God now make that staff to be extraordinary. Almost all the miracles he performed in the life of in the land of Egypt was actually by that staff. So particular time, I wish to introduce something urgently to you that can also help you with your faith, and that is water. You know that everything that God created under this planet Earth, believe it or not, has spiritual implication, have spiritual benefit apart from physical benefit. Water, the same way water is so powerful physically, it is also powerful spiritually. Just as we normally say that water is life, physically, water is a kind of, we use it to quench thirst. Spiritually, it is life. The life of many things depend on water. You discover that you as an individual, without drinking water for some days, you may not survive it. You may even survive with your food, but may not survive with your water. Likewise, plants, likewise, fish, and almost everything God created needed water. I will introduce you to simple prayer I normally pray every morning when I'm leaving from my house or going out to face my normal duties. I normally fetch a kind of drinking water, either in a kind of glass cup or a can like this, and I use it to make a simple prayer, quoting Exodus chapter 14, especially if you begin to read from verse 20. I normally say, "Oh God, my heavenly Father, that when you were delivering the children of Israelites from bondage, that only the blast of your nostrils caused the Red Sea to divide into two, and they were able to pass majestically, safely to their promised land. But when their enemy wanted to pursue them, to attack them, which is the Egyptian, that the same Red Sea was closed up, and that same Red Sea swallowed all of them. The enemy they see that day, they never see them again. Therefore, today, my Heavenly Father, as I go out, that as I drink this water, I drink life. That every human being you created on this earth survive by water. Therefore, as many that drinks water will favor me, as many that drink water will work to my favor, and they will not plan any evil against me, and it will work. That any man or woman that will try to plan anything evil against me or do anything, that the same way that same Red Sea that divided was closed up and it swallowed those enemies, that so shall the person be swallowed up. Then I will now pray with other things I need, and then open the water, pour it in cup, and drink it. Then after drinking it, with my faith, I believe that what I have prayed is done. And I go out, others go my way with that faith that all is settled. So I wish to introduce or share with you, because our security is no longer guaranteed by any security personnel, it's only in God. So sometimes use what God created as a point of contact to help yourself, to pray for yourself. So long as your faith is not in that, but your faith is in God, who will use it as a point of contact. You are not worshiping, you are worshiping God. Just that you are acknowledging what he has created. If it is bad to pray with use things God created as a point of contact to pray, I believe that in John chapter 9, when Jesus was about to heal that blind man, he wouldn't have a kind of get sand and mix it with saliva and touch the eye and still say that the man should go and bathe in the river Siloam. so that his eyes will now be clear. So sometimes, even if you are not thirsty, maybe you're on dry fasting, you don't want to drink water, you can pray the same prayer inside the water you want to bathe with. Say, as I bathe with this water, so long as everybody that is under this planet Earth use this water, that as I go out today, everything will work in my favor. That this my body that I'm bathing will not remain on the road; it will go and come back safely. Then, and that any man or woman that uses water in any way that will try to plan evil against me, let that same water be the source of the person's destruction. Believe me, God will answer. He answers us by terrible things and righteousness. That is what the Bible said. It's your faith. So you have to commit your safety 100% in God's hand. Forget about any promise of security, protection anywhere. It doesn't exist. If the so-called security apparatus are scarcely saved, security personnel are scarcely saved, who are you? But the most important thing is that if you must get these natural things God created, especially water, to work for you, you too, you have to be careful of what you do. Because if your hand is not clean, it will not work. Even for your guardian angel to work for you, you must be in good time with God. If you are doing certain shady deals, cheating people, doing some wickedness, and so on, manipulating people, it will backfire. Maybe you're also planning evil against somebody and you're praying that the evil somebody plan will not work. It will backfire because there is law of karma. It will come. So that is why, please, let's keep our hands clean. Stay away from evil and bad behavior. There are a number of one business or even work or certain things. It's just that some people are so pompous and they don't have this dignity in labor. Let me do anything for survival as far as it's something that is not bad. Instead, you see those people going to do a kind of certain things that is ignoble, like this commercial sex worker thing. It's no longer in vogue. Let us not use our hand to cause our own death, so that when we are in that writing, at least our guardian angel will see the need to be working for us. But when we are doing something bad, we are scaring our guardian angel away. And that is why you begin to hear this type of news. So once again, I wish to share with you, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. It is called Jenny Inspire Action. And also follow me in this page, Excellent Achiever, on my Facebook page, Excellent Achievers. Believe me, there are more and more vital information I will continue to share. God bless you once again for stopping by. See your lady Jenny saying bye.